This Courage presentation will help you to define the actions you will need to take to ensure the implementation of your child protection strategy. We need to ask ourselves, now that we understand the importance of child protection, what can we do differently? Presence and action are the final drivers of personal and community empowerment and should always be the final exercise you run in a Courage process. As this picture illustrates, presence and action are about focusing on what you need to do today to achieve your vision for tomorrow. If you want to grow a tree in the future, you need to plant a seed today. Presence and action are about planning, delivering on what you promise, believing in possibility, and ensuring that everyone has access to the services they need to make their dreams come true. They are also about ensuring that the difference you create is sustainable for future generations. To understand what actions we need to take, we can ask 3 simple questions. To achieve our child protection vision, what do we need to stop doing? What do we need to start doing? And what do we need to continue doing? Which are the things we're already doing that support our vision? As individuals or a group, you can capture all of the things you plan to stop doing, all the things you plan to start doing, and all the things you plan to continue doing. You can then commit either individually or as a group to these actions by signing and dating your action plan. In this example, children from a school developed their own personal empowerment plans, in which they defined their personal visions, identities, crests, and action plans, which they signed and dated. Some of you may want to develop a child protection strategy and plan. This plan would detail your overarching child protection vision and guiding values, a summary of the reality of what is happening in your community, which includes a list of what promotes or prevents child protection issues and your prioritized child protection challenges, a summary of what you want to achieve, which includes the mind shifts that need to take place from disempowerment to empowerment drivers, and the empowered child protection strategies that you have developed to address each challenge. You should also detail an action plan, a win-win partnership plan, and how you will measure and evaluate all of your activities moving forward. This plan should be developed annually, but should also be reviewed on a regular basis to ensure that you're staying on track. Details of the different templates and tools that you can use are explained in the rest of this presentation. In this template, you can capture what you see as the role of children in your family or community, and what kind of world you would like to create for them, which comes from the child protection visioning exercise. You can also capture the values or beliefs that will guide you in the achievement of your vision, which comes from the child rights and responsibilities exercise. In this template, you can capture what you think is promoting child protection challenges in your community versus what you think prevents them, which comes from the Courage Community Map exercise, where you first identified the child protection challenges happening in your community. In this template, you can identify your high priority challenges in order of importance from highest to lowest. You can also list what you see as the disempowerment driver of the challenge and the empowered driver that will ensure changed behavior. You can use this template to capture all your child protection strategies. At the bottom, starting with your child protection challenge, which you should describe in the context of your community. Moving up, you should detail the disempowerment drivers, again in the context of how they show up in your community. Finally, at the top, you should detail the empowerment driver that will drive change and the specific actions you would like to take as a community to help address the challenge you've identified at the bottom. Sometimes communities struggle to prioritize their challenges. This is a useful tool to think through each challenge. Ask yourself, what impact will it have on my community if we solve this challenge? Will it be either high, medium, or low? Then ask yourself, how difficult would it be to solve this challenge from an implementation perspective, which could be low, medium, or high levels of difficulty. A challenge that will have a high impact on your community and easy to implement or solve should be what you focus on first. A challenge that will have a high impact but be more difficult to implement may be a more long-term project. Asking yourself these questions and mapping your priorities to this matrix will help you to identify your short-term, medium-term, and long-term projects. This template will help you to capture all the people in your community that you think you should be partnering with in your child protection efforts. These templates will help you think through what kind of relationship you would like with each of your partners. For each partner, you should agree your shared vision and values. You should then agree what you need to get from your partner and what you need to give your partner. Ideally, what you get and what you give should be balanced. This will ensure a win-win partnership. This is a typical action plan. Firstly, you should define what the child protection priority is and why it's important to focus on. You should then explain how you are going to address the priority, how you would measure and evaluate whether you've addressed it, who is responsible for delivery, and when it should be delivered by. Finally, you should agree and capture all the things you are going to stop doing, all the things you are going to start doing, and all the things you are going to continue doing. As a final step, you can sign and date this behavior change to ensure accountability. Whether agreeing on one or two things that you are going to do differently or developing a detailed child protection strategy, the most important thing to do is to agree to take action and to be accountable for this action. The most common response from participants at the close of a Courage workshop is, "I will speak up more," which indicates how many challenges are happening all around us that are not being addressed. Thanks for watching. For more information, visit couragechildprotection.com. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our Courage channel. Stay strong and take courage.